guys, today we'll see the file handling in Python. So file handling in Python will become handy whenever you're going to read and write the files using the script itself. So yeah, let's start. So the basic things here is like we'd be providing the file name, and the next thing is like what mode you are going to open the file. So there are multiple modes, which is the first thing is R, which is nothing but read mode. And this is also by default, it's the default mode. Even if you're not giving it as argument, it will be always taken as the read mode. And if you need to write the file, so the mode is W. So you will be able to create the file automatically on the file on the fly, and also if the file is already created, so this will if there is any contents in the file, so it will get overwritten. And the next method is append, and you can mention that by a. So whenever you already have the file and you are already having some contents to it, so you're just editing the file. So on those cases, like whatever content it is already there, and at the end of that content, whatever new content you're just going to create, it will get appended. So that's the use of append mode. And there is something called X. And using this mode, what you can do is, if the file is already present, it will just throw an error. And mandatorily the file should not be present if you are opening the file using this X. So if the file is already there, it will return an error. And if the file is not there, you can just open it, and you can do the operations. And already, as I said, whenever you just need to be careful when you need to use write and when you need to use append. So if you need to append or edit the existing file, you should definitely use append, because if the file is already there and you're already having a content to it, and you're just opening the file with W, what will happen? It will just erase, and it will overwrite the file. uh, the exact meaning is, it will just overwrite the file. Whatever contents that is already there, that will be erased, and the new content will be replaced it with that. So you might be handling, and you might be working on some confidential documents or very important documents. So make sure you don't make the mistakes. Yeah, so we'll just start with the script. So I'm just calling this open method, and I'm just storing it as a object. So that file needs to be stored as object. So I'm just assigning it to a variable f. And the first things first, I just need to give the file name. So since I'm already having this file in the same directory, I'm just giving the file name alone. So in your case, if your file is away from the script, you just need to provide the absolute path. So you can also use the OS modules to get the current working directory, and you can also attach using the os.path.join methods. I'll showcase that as well. And by default, as I said, the mode is read mode, but here I'm just going to explicitly mention it. So we are just reading the file and storing it into so we are just opening the file and storing it as a file object. So this object, in order to read the contents from the objects, you are using the this method called read. So f dot read, and I just need to print the contents of the file, right? So I'm just using this. So I'm just saving the file. Let me run. Before to that, I'll just show you the contents. So this is the content of the file. Okay, one second. Sample. Okay, yeah, I've given the file name wrongly. Let me just correct it. So this is read the contents of the file, and it has printed it. So the line is it's a multi-line file, right? So it has printed it. And in some scenarios, your file might not be very no like easy easygoing. It might be a 1,000 line file, and it might be having a very large data. So on those cases, what you can do is, what might be happening is, in real life scenarios, the whatever file you are reading, right? So the processing power taken to read that file will be very huge. So on those cases, if you are reading f dot read, so that will be, going hard on your memory consumption. It's not that bad, but it's a kind of efficient way to use on those cases is, like, you can use some other methods, just nothing but read lines, or also read line. So read line is nothing but you are just reading the file line by line. Let me just show you that. So first, we'll just use this method, read lines. So what it will do is, it will just convert the entire content, and it will be returning it as a list. So the everything, so each and every line would be the element of a list, so that you can reuse it. And in this case, I'll just show you. You can use the other method, read line, as well. So what it will do is, it will just read the line one by one. So I have no, this is printed the first line. So if I'm using the f dot read line again, so it will be having kind of a marking or something, like till where it has already read. And if you're calling it again, it will just read the remaining, the next line. So first it has printed the first line, and it has printed the second line, and you could see that there is some extra spacings are there. So I'll just, we can just avoid it by using this parameter. Like, you can mention the end. So by default, the end is a new line character. So whenever you are printing, right, so by default it's a new line character, which is nothing but this. So it is by default printing one extra space. So I'm just modifying, and I'm just typecasting that the end line is empty string. So now there won't be any extra spaces, it is just printing it here. And also, you need to print, say if there are 100 lines, you can't print, you can't be providing lines for print statements for line one by one, right, from 1 to 100. So we can just use the loop. So I'm just printing. So here it has printed the line one by one. And in these cases, right, what will happen, you're just saving some time. And this is also not that much efficient. So if you see here, I have always, I didn't close the file. So it's, whenever you are opening it by using the open method, right, you have to close the file. So in order to close the file, you can use this f dot close. So right now, this is the exact, this is the correct way to end the, no, like, file handling. So if you are just opening the file here, you are just reading it, and what you are doing is, like, you are just closing it. And you could see that I have not used any, what do you call, I have not used any read lines, or read, right. So why in this case I have not used this, I'm just looped it. So by default, what will happen is, it is considered as a list, and one by line it is just returning. It's equivalent to, like, I'll just show you. It's kind of a, you can, it is already providing a list, right. You are just, file contents, I'll just show you. File contents is equal to f dot read lines, and you are just passing this. So this is also will be the same output. So both are same. You can skip this line by directly calling the file object itself. And the more efficient way is to use the context manager. So instead of this, right, you can use, with this nothing but a context manager. So you're just providing the file here. So here I'll just run this. Sorry. Okay. So if you see here, I haven't closed the file, and so why it is like that is like you are just introducing the file and you are just opening the file using the context manager, right? So whenever the file is opened using a context manager, you just don't need to explicitly close the file. Instead, you are just inside the indentation, and till whenever you come out of the indentation, it's like I have come out of the file. I'm just printing it. It's not like no, like whenever you're whatever you're providing here, right? You won't be able to use that. So that file is already closed. So for that reason, I've just added a print statement called I have already no, I have come out of the file or something like that. I've been using it. So if you see here, input output operation on a closed file. So the file is already closed. So you're not able to print it. So in this lines, I'll just put it inside this indentation, same indentation. We'll see what it happens. The same file only, but it has provided the output. Still, you're not facing any issues here. So it means that whatever I'll just add the print statement here. I'm inside the file. So I'm just printing this. So it is actually inside the file, and once you move out of that indentation, you have come out of the file. So we have just seen the read part of it. Now we are going to see the writing operation of the file. So in order to do the write operation, the mode we should be opening the file is W. So we are just opening the file in write mode, and you can provide the content here. So I'm just going to give the content. So this is my older version of the file. So I'll just okay, let it be. So let it be. I'll just show you how this works. So there is already file, and I'm going to write the same file. So now what it will do? It will just overwrite the file, right? So we'll just see that. So f dot write, and whatever the content you're going to give, you're just giving it inside it. So now we'll just open the we'll just open the file, and we are going to write it. So what it will happen? It has written it, and the older content will go, and then now the newer content is already there. So this is the new file. So now here what you're going to do is I'll just show again. I'm going to run the same script again and again. When you're able to see, this is printed the same thing, and it's not like it's printed, it should be printing twice or something like that, right? So it doesn't happen. So now it has just appended it. So now I'm just sorry, it doesn't append it, it has overwritten it. So now we are going to open the same file, and we are going to read it in the write it in the append mode, which is nothing but whatever the content is already there, it will get appended at the end. So I'm just giving, this is the second line of the file. So I'm just going to run this. So previous content will also be there, the next content will also be there. And since I have given the end line character here, the new line, whatever new content you're giving, it will be added to the new line. It will not be present on the same line. So let me just provide some multi-line string as well here. So you just provide initialize the multi-line string in the three quotes. This is the second line of the file. This is the third line of the file, and a new line character. This this is the last line. So I'm just ending it here. So we'll just write this as well. So if you see here, the space is because we have provided this the space as well. So if you maintain the indentation correctly and do the spacings, so you have to remove the spaces. Okay, let me just show this again. So if you see here, it has maintained the same thing. So for this reason only, what we are doing is like we have to be careful with the spacings as well. So right now we have no like read the file. First things first, we have opened the file, we have read the file, and we have no we have used the write operation, and apart from that we have edited the file as well. Instead of overwriting, we are just appending on the end of the file. Now we'll see the by giving the file name as a full path. So I'm just going to copy the path from here. So we'll just replace it with the absolute full path. So I'll just run the script. So we have got error. So the thing is because since we are using slash, right? So slash in we just need to put a escape character before a slash. So those are all special characters. So whatever we have to escape it using a slash. So since in order to make the second slash as the sting slash, we just have to provide the escape character. So I'm just giving a slash previously to the all slashes. So now let us run and see. Okay, so it has already edited it. So whatever new content I have trying, so it is getting added here. Yeah. So this is like hard coding, right? Hard coding your entire absolute path. So instead, you can use the OS modules, and you can get the current working directory, and based on that, you can give the file name. You can save it in the variable, and you can what do you call? You can join the path. So using OS module and all, we can do that. So let us see that. So in order to use it, I'm just importing the OS module. And you can also, I'll just file name. So file name will give the sample text. So here we will replace it with this OS dot path dot join. OS dot path dot join means you can join the paths, multiple paths. So path we'll give here, and we'll give the file name. So what it will become, so it will add a slash to it. So let's just see, or yeah, let's just see. So be careful. So sometime we might miss the slash and we'll get an error. So right now we'll see. Okay, this has worked fine and it has added it. So whatever, if you need to understand much, we'll just see what it is printing os.path.join. I'm just giving path and a file name. So already it will be having one slash, so it has continued with it, I guess. So let us see. Okay, so perfect. So this is the format we were expecting, and it is already providing. So if you're facing any slash issues and all, like you can also add a slash in between manually, like this. So in Windows, as a separate element in quotes. So here you're providing it as a string, right? So here you can provide in quotes or something like that. You can give. Yeah, so today we have seen this file handling. Uh, we'll meet at sometime with a new topic. Thank you, guys. Bye.